can you not know? How can you not know that Nigeria is in distress? Ooh, spicy. The president thinks Nigeria is not in distress. Represented by Mohammed Idris, who is the Minister of Information and National Orientation, at a recent award ceremony, the Leadership Conference and Awards. Mr. Mohammed Idris, or Minister Mohammed Idris, is representing President Tinubu. So during his speech, he challenged the idea that Nigeria's economy is in a complete distress. He's saying that yes, he knows it's tough, but the distress might be a lot, but it's not in shambles. The president in summary is telling Nigerians that when life gives us lemons, make lemonade. Don't whine. Come on, find opportunities. Okay, so yes, the minister is representing the president. So, he's written a speech and hopefully it's been approved by the president, right? But even for the minister himself to come outside and say that is a bit insensitive in my opinion. I feel like what happens when you enter government and when you enter government house and a ministry and an office is that you actually lose touch with the reality of what's happening in the country. And this is true, right? I've experienced and I've worked and I did my NYSC in a government house. And the truth about it is when you're in government though, right? Like, even though I was a copper, I was just doing NYSC. I was earning copper salary, copper. Nothing there. Still, it's a different world. It's like, you're just in a different experience. You're not experiencing the real Nigeria. Is it the fact that when you're in government office, there's always lights? Because there's always light. I remember there was one time where there wasn't light outside in the capital, city capital, but in the government house, there was always light. So things as small as that can sometimes make these politicians and public servants forget about the reality of what's happening in the country. That's something as small as lights. Let's now not even talk about the fact that half of them do not go and do their own grocery shopping. They don't know how much food is. They literally do not know how much it costs to buy eggs. Because at the end of the day, how can you not know? How can you not know that Nigeria is in distress? How can you say Nigeria is not in distress? It's mind-boggling. Like, exactly mind-boggling. Nigerians are hardworking. We're always pushing. We're always moving. We're always trying to, make life work for us despite the odds. But no, sometimes when I hear things like this, I say, which way forward? Anyways, the minister went on to spill the tea on some big moves, which again, Nigerians are all tired of hearing, but I'm happy that they're communicating what they are doing to try and move the country forward. It's important that they communicate, and I appreciate this administration for communicating. He says that there's a whopping 200 billion naira that is going to be on standby to back Nigerian businesses, which is great. Plus, there's a new federal students loan program in town, which is very exciting. It's time that we have initiatives like this. It's evident that the administration is committed to making sure that food security is tackled. They are trying to attract foreign direct investment and also provide support to vulnerable households, which we've been talking about. And I know we've heard these promises before, but promises have to lead to quick action. There's going to be a news story later that I'm going to be reporting on the reality of what economic hardship does to our country. You don't want to miss it. Make sure that you click on that video. It's a sad story. We've had enough talk. We've had enough promises. Action. They gotta move quick. Bureaucracy needs to die fast, because at the end of the day, a hungry stomach does not wait for bureaucrats to pass policies and implement new rules and new benefits to the citizens quickly and fast. We want to see it happen. So maybe when he says we're not in distress, he means that Nigeria is still strong economically, like on if you look at numbers on a scale, and that we're still the giant of Africa. But when it comes down to the everyday man, you and I, we go out and we try to live life with the money that we have from last year. It's not meeting up to the cost of life today. Maybe that's what he means. But we are in distress. That one, I can tell you for a fact. Well, I can't tell you for a fact. I can tell you for my opinion. Which is good enough. All right, Nigerians are not happy with the first family. It seems as if some people are upset with the fact that President Tinubu's sons are living large. You gotta click on the next video to find out what people are saying about that.